Welcome back to another episode of
Let Us Sip.
It's your girl, Brittany.
It's your girl, Kaloni.
I don't even know who's here. Sophy here? I got you.
And we are here with guests. We got a power couple here.
Woo! Thank you.
We have Miss Sunny.
Thank you.
We have Mr. H. How are you?
I'm good. I'm sipping, so I'm great.
Yep.
Yes.
Got the sangria.
Yes, right.
Mm-hmm.
So, before we get into you guys' story, we're going to do the sip of the week.
Okay.
All right. So, if this is your first time watching and listening, every week we pick a word, and throughout the conversation, we'll say the word. And when you hear it, you got to drink.
Oh, I love this.
Yes.
What a great game.
Yes. So, the sip of the week is going to be the word money.
Oh, yeah.
Money.
Oh, we're going to do a lot of sipping.
Yeah. Y'all think y'all slick.
Right. They make Sunny money.
Right. Look, do I got to sit down? Look, you done said it, right?
Yes.
There we go.
Mm-hmm. So y'all heard what it is.
Yes,
So when y'all hear it, we need y'all to go ahead and drink. All right.
Nice.
So first, let's go ahead and get into the backstory. I want you guys to, state your name. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I guess he's going to say ladies first.
Yeah. No, man.
Okay, my name is Sunshine Smith by way of Williams. It's Sunshine Williams. I am a serial entrepreneur, youth advocate, wealth educator, I guess you could say.
Yes.
Married of 12 years.
Yes.
Woo! Yes, I love that.
We have 2 children. I have a daughter named Madison and a son named Christian.
Wonderful.
And what else could I say about myself? Backstory. From South Jamaica, Queens, migrated to then Far Rockaway, Redfern.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
From Far Rockaway, yes.
We praise our people from the Rock because
Yes.
there's a lot of jewels in there.
Yes.
Yes. Dick through some
Yes,
dirt, but
yes, yes. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I'm just a go-getter and, overcome some adversity. And I'm just, glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you. I love it.
I just carry the bags.
That's good.
No, seriously. Yeah, I'm her husband, and I too am a serial entrepreneur. I don't know what else to say. She said mostly everything.
No, he's being humble.
He's being very humble right
I
now.
see
He's been-
somebody on the private.
No, he's
Yeah.
and it's crazy because he's like he has his own music company, has artists that are thriving right now. He's a Virgo, so he's a male Virgo. They're very lax, So, but
If you know,
please don't be so
I have an auto
humble.
business. I have a dealership. I have a artist. Like she said, an entertainment company. We have the homeless facilities.
Right.
Nice.
A bunch of businesses. A few other
Yeah,
things.
but you're a
Trucking
mentor.
company,
You mentor the youth.
mentor the youth. I'm a philanthropist.
Right.
I'm the founder of IIU, which stands for Investing in Us. I invest in
Nice.
minority-owned businesses and sponsor kids to study abroad from the inner city and a
Right.
few other things.
Giving back to his
Yeah.
community.
Always.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen.
Light. Light work.
He's so right.
It's always the
Ain't
guys
no-
that give back the most
Yeah.
that be like, I just do a few things.
Right.
You see him. He be everywhere. But
Right.
you're like, well, what does he do?
What exactly is it that he does?
Right.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's
Humble,
all right. We're going to
humble.
find out he about getting that money.
Uh-oh.
Money, 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 money. Yes, basically that's what he's saying, y'all.
Right,
I get
getting
the
that
money.
And keeping it in our community.
There you go.
That's
Right.
key.
Recycling the dollar.
Yes.
Like it needs to be.
Right.
We working on it, y'all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Niggas gonna nig from
Yeah.
time to time.
Yeah.
We
Oh, yeah,
trying to get
definitely.
Together.
Yeah. Definitely.
But I think it's dope. We're gonna get into the organization that you have with the youth and stuff. I definitely do want to talk about that, but I want to loosen y'all up and play a game first.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
So this game is called I'm Curious to Know.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
Look, they looking at me. Ooh, y'all looking at me. I know it's a question.
I don't even trust her myself. Okay,
When she pull up on her sleeve, you just like here, like, oh,
Let
like,
it
what
fly. We for it.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go. I'm ready.
all right. So I'm curious to know, what was your favorite 5-cent candy to buy from the corner store when y'all was younger?
Sour powers.
Fish.
Sour powers.
The fish.
Sour
The
powers,
sweet
yes.
fish. The fish. The red fish.
Oh, the Swedish fish?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was mine.
You get like a quarter word?
My mother used to tell the story how I used to, because I'm from South Jamaica too.
Right.
But I went to school
Where in South Jamaica?
at the time, as a kid, I lived on Springfield.
Okay.
So I went to school in elementary school in Bell Road. So, they didn't have shit like that over there. So I used to take $1 and you buy 100 of them for $1.
Yeah.
And I would sell them for 10 cents a piece.
Oh, he got a problem.
Wow.
Every day.
So you started off.
Hustle.
Right.
Yeah. You started off.
Right. Exactly.
And it was before they was doing
Got a
stuff with
hustle
basketball.
spirit.
Look, he was already bringing it back to the community. He's bringing the money back to the community. He was like, okay, I'm going to set up shop over here. Bring it back over
You
here.
might not be a Queens person, but Belrose ain't got too much. Even now, they ain't got too much. I mean, it's elevated, but ultimately, the hood stuff, they ain't have it.
Never.
So if you go into it,
Pumpkin seed, sunflower season.
Absolutely.
Little white kids never tasted nothing like that. They was like,
exactly.
He was coming through with the crack before the crack.
Right.
2 for $5. Yellow top.
Money. So, I understand that you guys are both married.
Yes.
And, work sometimes leads you in one place. Work has him in another place, so y'all may not be able to be together under one roof every night. All right?
Right.
So when you guys are not together, I'm curious to know, what's better? Phone sex, sexting, or FaceTime sex?
Sexting.
Ooh.
Sexting.
Because she right.
Like, I'll send him pictures of, if I could.
Yeah, because you get more graphic, it's more detailed. It's like...
FaceTime, I'm an Android. Even though I can still hit him on the thing, it's not the same because it's like now the novelty worn off because I see you again.
Right.
So we're very good and we have great imaginations. So with him, it's like, ooh, you better have it ready for me when I get home. Or I'll send him like a couple of days ago, I might have sent him like a coochie shot with the juices falling out or some shit like that.
He get a little bad.
And he got home really fast.
Yes.
So, but that's what you do.
How do you feel with you just saying that? How do you feel about toys that be coming onto the market, like the new ones? Are you going to tap into, or are you old school?
I'm old school. I want just hands, mouth, tongue, dick. I don't want any toys. I don't want plastic on me. I don't have plastic in me. I don't want it in me for real. I don't want it at all. I don't want it on me, in me. We don't want none of that.
She like,
none
I
want realness.
Yeah.
I
I don't want none of that.
Keep the lube. I'm good.
I don't want
that stuff.
No.
When is your birthday?
You think you know me, don't you?
I don't
You think you know me? You like, what is her sign? Let's see if you could guess it. Look, I don't even want to give it away.
I don't know.
She's a Scorpio, so I think
I know she's a Scorpio. Scorpios only ask about what my sign is. They're like, what are you? Figure it out, Scorpio.
I don't even know.
Oh, gosh. So, my last question here. What is a deal breaker for you in a relationship?
I don't know. That's a good question. What's a deal breaker for you?
You see me sitting here racking my brain.
I mean, listen, we've been battle tested. We done been through everything. So nothing was a deal breaker because we realized that it was a contractual agreement. Mm-hmm. We understand that there are many times in relationships you fall out of love, fall out of frequency, fall out of vibration. But at the end of the day, this is the foundation.
This is what it is.
So as long as there's no disrespect, we don't like public humiliation.
I understand.
Outside kids.
That's definitely. You know what? You're right. I stand corrected.
Outside kids.
That has always been my thing. I've always said, no outside kids. We could always.
Little nigga come out Chinese. I know he ain't mine.
We could always. Yeah, I'm pushing out a Chinese baby. Like,
that's not
right. And then just for him,
look, I got a little Asian in me. Don't do that.
We're not gonna
do that to me. You know,
Her eyes look a little chinky.
Don't do that to me.
Her eyes look a little chinky.
And I know for a man, it'll kill you to watch her walk around pregnant with somebody else's kid.
Oh, I wouldn't.
And
it wouldn't kill me because I would.
See, because that's what guys do. But we be sitting here like, we gonna try. Yeah. And then when we see the kid, we be like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
No,
I'm with you.
I know people who are still together, after having an outside.
God bless them.
They good.
Especially when you have like a little breakup. That's why, honestly, like, I'm a little toxic, y'all.
Right.
I don't believe in breakups. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because a lot of shit go down when that breakup.
Right.
And depending if y'all set it off like, okay, just be free and maybe we come to 3 months. No. A lot of shit can happen in 3 months because by the time you in your 7th month and y'all back together and he on vacation and he breaking it down like
there's break babies.
Yeah, it's break babies. Right. And break babies that came along.
Yeah. Right. And people need to understand that it's like that in between room is like you taking a break and I don't want to deal with it.
So who you texting?
Who you talking to?
Right.
Who you being next to?
So you especially if I ain't speak to you in 4 months and we kind of like just coming right back into it.
I disagree with that. Let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay. Right? Help us out, brother. I don't
necessarily believe in breaks either, but I think at a point sometimes people can stop appreciating what they have. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they need to be reminded of what they have. Right. And sometimes seeing what else is out there will remind you what you have.
It's the ghetto.
But how about if it is that you tap into the outside and the outside is better than the inside? And so
then that's not where you need to be then.
I disagree because sometimes at that moment your partner could be going through a dark time and that's not being fair to them. They could be going through a dark time where you might think that the grass is greener. The grass is only going to be green where you water it at.
Yeah.
So you pour into me, I pour into you.
But do you deserve it if you can't appreciate it? Like if you can't see through that? Because I mean,
a lot of people,
if it's not reciprocated, it's going to be kind of hard.
It's about.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of people
through those times.
But here's the thing: sometimes your compass could get lost. Sometimes it could get lost.
I'm with you on that because
you gotta listen. And
I'm not into protecting people from themselves. I want to know that you can do this.
But you never know. That's how men are.
Yeah, I can't guide you.
But it's an open communication that you really
that one person.
You need to open communicate. Listen, today ain't my day.
Right.
I might piss you off for today, but today ain't my day.
What Monica said, it's just one of them days.
But that doesn't exist.
And that's what it is about sometimes. Sometimes there are some hard days, and some of us are not able to talk, so it's called energy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I'll introduce that I'm not in a great space before you even have a conversation with me. And my husband knows. What's wrong with you?
Right.
Sometimes I want him to just don't ask me at all because I don't want to get into what's wrong with me because he's going to have an answer that I don't want to hear at that point.
But that's not one of those things. To me, that's not one of those things where if somebody thinks the grass is greener because you going through something, they're not for you.
Yeah, but you gotta
be able to.
But you gotta.
Where's that money at?
Right, the money is right here.
But you gotta understand that that's human nature. Human nature. When it is that we go in the day that we go in, it's not gonna be on day 3,075. It's just not. So if it is that you that tapped into with your partner, you should be like, okay. I know she have attitude. She might not say nothing to me, but I know her attitude. I'm not sure about what it's about.
Isn't that the point?
Listen, I've been
in a relationship.
I haven't been married as long as you guys, but we've been in a relationship going on 12 years. We've been married for 2.
Okay.
And we're going through those similar phases where, yes, he may be going through a dark phase.
Yeah.
And I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
But like you said, the grass is greener where you water it.
Right.
So instead of me fighting him and looking for shit that I know is not out there, I try my best to explain to him how I'm feeling, what's going on. And like you said, today's a bad day. He'll ask me, like every morning, he'll leave, he'll give me a kiss, and then when I finally wake up and start my day, I'll always hit him and ask him how he's doing, and he'll reciprocate. And then if I'm having one of those days, I'm like, yeah, babe, that the dark cloud is over me right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong, and he'll be like, well, you'll be fine, you'll get through it. That's the answer I don't want to hear.
Right.
But I know where it's coming from.
Yeah.
You know where it's coming because you know him.
Right. Because he knows you. Dark cloud, my first thing, that's his love language, to care for you immediately and ask you what the problem is.
Yeah. And you have to still keep into that whole aura of what it is you're going through, your partner might not be going through. And you have to take that into consideration also once it is that you guys are building. It's like, yo, this person it is that every day his job piss him off. This person is that that their father passed away. It's certain things that they're going to deal with that you might not particularly deal with.
You know what?
You're not going to understand what the fuck it is going on in their mind. They pissed off on the world and you're a part of the world.
Right.
But once it is that they get it back together, they're going to be like, I might have been wilding for that time.
And that's what I look forward to.
It's very important. I feel
look forward to the friends, I was wilding a little bit, right?
But that's the key important component of a relationship. Unselfish love. You got to be with somebody that wants to love you. That doesn't, because people good with people because they want to be loved.
Good.
Right.
But
it's bad.
You got to want to love that person because that's the only way you're going to love them past those times. You got to want to love them. You can't just be there.
And you have to choose to love them.
And to have a partner that's able to hold on to, okay, it's not going to always be a good day. You know, sometimes it's going to get a little bumpy, okay? Right. Now, if I have to travel, you have to travel because we got to get that bag, money, okay? You got to make that money.
Right.
You know, sometimes you got to be okay to be with yourself.
Right.
Like, I think, like, for me,
that's a fact.
I was in a relationship and it took me like 3 years to be like, okay, I want to be with you like every day.
Oh, yeah, that was me at one point.
Because before it was like, you could only see me every 2 weeks. And people can't understand, but I'm like, listen, you look forward to your check every 2 weeks, right? So you can look forward to me every 2 weeks. Like, that's how I'm like, listen.
She was payday on Friday.
That was my toxic days, y'all.
Right, okay.
I'm like,
there, baby. I'm like,
that was my toxic days. That's when I was just dating because it was just very hard for me to, like, because when you're
right, every 2 weeks I gotta get a fix.
You know, when you're in a real relationship and you're like 100% like 10 toes down. Yeah. You know, not a lot of people are on there.
Did you just stump your feet?
You gotta stump your feet. Because people say that they 10 toes down, but they not.
That's
because I tell them every day, with me, it's not going to always be a great day.
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to be able to maneuver through storms.
Let me tell you something. When I first remember we had like a special moment, I always bring it up to him. I said, when we were together in the car, I said, remember this time and remember this moment.
You feel when your body make those memories.
Listen. Right then I said it. I said, remember this moment. This was probably a week after we were dating. I was like, remember this. Because sometimes you're not going to have that moment.
Right.
And then you can just say, let me go back and hold on to what she said. I remember that moment.
And how it made
it was magical.
And that brings you back on those bad days.
It brings me back every time if I feel like I'm disconnected from my partner. It reminds me, that moment was never in any relationship you had. Always remember that connectivity.
Is there any other like advice for, you know, for those who are looking into marriage or going into a business together in a relationship? How do you keep the spiciness spicy and just business and still able to come home in the same bed?
Let me ask you before this as you go, because I'm a Scorpio.
Okay.
You're bringing somebody else into the bedroom?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what's my sign?
I don't know still.
You still don't know it yet?
Are you a Scorpio? You just tapping.
Gemini?
No, but you're close.
Cancer.
I can't.
No. Taurus.
Cancers couldn't take that.
Taurus. Yes, because I'm about to say, I'm like, no.
Are
you a Taurus?
No.
Aries.
No.
Oh, God, we're going to name it all.
A Gemini and this other sign is actually the same thing. They're the same.
Yeah.
They're very similar.
Damn. Well, what's your sign, brother?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgo. She's Virgo. So, is it an air sign?
I think I am an air sign. Yeah, I'm not water. Definitely not that.
Aquarius?
Nope.
No, I think Aquarius is water.
Yes, said everything. Yes, said everything.
Are you a Capricorn? No.
Yes, said everything.
We don't say every goddamn thing.
Yes,
Libra.
Exactly.
Libra.
She balance.
It's the balance. It's the balance.
Bring something in the bedroom.
Yes. So that's your balance.
Yes, going both, you know.
Now, speaking into that, now, a lot of relationships, like, you know, Tiana Taylor, she's spoken to it, you know, very brief, that she's into, you know, doing what she's doing, kicking a girl straight out.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, you like the idea.
I do.
Okay. So how's it? Y'all was kicking them out?
No, I don't.
I'm being funny. I'm being funny.
She's being funny. That's not true.
Let them answer the first question. Your business first.
Okay.
The business.
Balancing business and relationship.
She tried to throw sex up in there. Let's
You said it. You almost did it.
What was the question again?
Balancing
the
business.
The question was,
and
how do you keep it separate from like making money together, but also keeping the spiciness spicy and the business? Like, how do y'all balance that? Like, just the advice for
you, because I don't even know how.
No matter what stage we are in our relationship, I don't let it affect business between us. Okay. Because you got to realize we hustle for our last name, not our first name. So this is legacy here.
Right.
So no matter what we go through, the legacy is first and foremost. Right. We can be in our feelings. We're going to get out of our feelings one day. Right. We're not going to let that affect the legacy. So That's the
Feelings
focus.
don't last forever. I
you're
respect
right.
that,
Because
yeah.
we'll argue on a Monday about Wednesday. I'm saying, listen, we got an appointment to go check
We
out
can argue the
location.
same
Put
day.
that shit to
We
the
can
side.
be
We talk
fighting
about it.
and then
Ain't
go to
got
the
nothing to do
appointment,
with
not
our
speaking to
appointment.
each other at all. Handle the business,
Yeah.
and then back to not speaking to each other.
Because we understand the ultimate goal is, again, like he said, hustling for our last name to build legacy. So it's no feelings in legacy.
Right.
At the end of the day. So I think I balance it
I
pretty
love
well.
that balance.
Yeah,
like,
I don't.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that'll get me out of my bag. Like if I'm upset at him or something, and if
Yeah.
it's business, I'm fuck that. We ain't arguing no more. This is business
You gotta
because
handle this shit.
I'll see you later.
right because Christian and Madison can't eat our feelings, and they really don't care, and they weren't asked to be here.
Right. Yeah,
So
I love that.
we got to do it for them.
So
Money.
So you want to get back
money.
to my question?
Yes, I'm back there.
Did I say that?
You want to get back to my questions, Libra?
Libra scale. My brother.
No, I'm
is a
actually
Libra. I love it.
I'm nice to the women.
You got the
nice to the
spirit though.
I'm nice to
She's
women.
real
I don't-
hospitable.
It's more of a sisterhood.
Yeah, like a sister.
Man,
I
how
like
they
sister.
shop and do-
Like to do things like that. But I also want to make sure that everyone knows, because a lot of people say that women change and they become like that when they get with their husbands or their men. I've been like this for my entire life.
Right.
So when is it y'all interacting with each other? Who picks out the woman? Or y'all do it together collectively?
We both do it. However,
However, it just
plays out.
organically happens. Yeah, just
Is it mostly like when y'all on vacation? Because I want to get to that point. Like, I want to be married. I want to be able to go outside of, like, bring somebody in, but you can't stay.
What I be telling her, it's
wanna
a fact.
stay.
they
They be wanting
understand.
to
They should
stay.
they should understand that they can't stay.
have to
they
go.
can come. But you don't even have to be mean like that.
Yeah,
You
I don't
just-
want to be mean, though.
You
I
make
just
sure
want
that
them
when they come, it's a spectacular time, and you guys keep. Normally with him, he allows me to keep some type of connectivity with them or whatever like that. Not nothing too crazy, but just connectivity so that when we do, decide to want
This way,
to
we
do
keep
know
the
what the
emotional
thing is
connection on her side.
Right.
instead of on
You
my
know what
side.
right.
Right.
What
How do
it
you
is that
keep
I
them
always
comfortable?
what it is that I always say for the most part.
Right.
I'm the orchestrator of it all.
Okay.
So it's like whatever it is, it happens, it can happen, but it's like, why are y'all conversing on the side? Like, why do y'all even have it? Like, it's more than that.
Right.
So this
Well,
is
why
what
is
it
that
is
an
that
issue?
we're.
Yeah.
Why is that an issue?
What?
If you
as far
gotta
as,
concern yourself with that, then you're not ready to bring somebody else.
Correct. Listen, trust me. If you solid,
She'll
you
go
like.
to sleep on us.
It's been times where I said, listen, y'all can go ahead and go fuck because I'm tired. And I rolled over. I promise you that's happened. I promise you. And I was secure not only in myself, but in my partner. And I said, I know what it is.
Right.
When it starts to be an insecurity, that's when it's like, wait a minute, why are you talking to her
so
without
from the
me?
beginning, beginning stages, it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. In business and going out in the world, your man is going to converse with women. He's
Right.
gonna,
That's
and
what
if
that's what we put on this earth for.
right. And if he's any kind of women are attracted to power. So if he's in any kind of position, he could be at McDonald's. They fucking
Yeah,
manage.
they always fucking the manager. I know that.
I know.
It's just how it works.
Right.
So
That's what it is. If
Money.
people don't understand,
people are going to always seek what they're deprived of. You allow him to get outside pussy, but he can't engage with women. He's going to still seek the gratification of women and attention of women. But what is there and readily available for him, he can gauge and navigate it. You see what I'm saying? It's not a
Got
big
you.
thing. That's why you take a dude that never got attention from women, and all of a sudden he gets attention.
Yeah, that's the bum ass
He
nigga
goes
that you
home
bring
family
up,
away and
the one that
everything.
you raised.
He's not accustomed to that.
That's the boy you
Right.
raised.
That's the one you
be
got to
able to
run the
maneuver.
fuck away from.
The boys
but you
and
got,
women.
but you,
Right.
I think for me, you gotta understand your man still. Again, it's like, are you used to pussy?
No.
Have you been getting women
You
in
shouldn't
just
marry
in your
him if
life?
he's not.
Excuse me?
Shouldn't marry him if he's not.
Right.
Yeah, but
he's not
I mean,
used to
just
it.
dating.
No, if he's not used to
I've seen it. Listen,
he needs to have gotten a lot of pussy before
Yes.
he's
Yes.
gotten
I've seen it
just
go left
dating
both
part.
ways.
Yeah.
And I don't even like how to differentiate us with who can get pussy and who cannot. But
Right.
this
It's
is
real.
what matters as going forward.
Right.
Have you been getting pussy?
Right.
If you
Right,
not,
yeah.
this shit's gonna blow your
Nah,
mind.
you got
as
a-
you
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
in
You got a
because
great point.
I've
You got a
seen
great point.
women get dudes because they feel he's a good guy, right?
Right.
And the good guy is usually the safe guy.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
It is.
the good safe guy,
One of your mom be like,
he
"Well,
wasn't out
marry
there
him."
playing. So he didn't have his fun.
Right.
So now y'all elevating life and y'all getting somewhere. Now he starts driving a nice car. He's going out with his friends. He's getting attention he never got.
He
Right.
never
He don't know how to
that's why-
handle that.
Have you been
So now
able?
he'll get caught up with with a jump off and be ready to.
Right.
Leave his
You-
whole
are you-
entire
are you-
family
are
for
you
you.
ready?
Look,
Are
you
you
like,
ready?
what you mean?
Could
What
you
you
go into?
doing?
I just let
Could
you
you
up for 2
ready to go
minutes.
into?
Right.
You could have
Get
gone
back
into
in
the
the house. You
lunchroom
know
as being a
something.
high school person. Were you allowed to go into the lunchroom as somebody that's being a high school
Were
person?
you?
No?
Who knew you?
Right, exactly.
Right.
But I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to, but it matters.
No, it
as
does.
it is
It
that
does.
you dating and going forward, because it's certain shit it is that niggas are gonna be like, oh my God,
Right.
for the wackest bitch.
Yes.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if you used to this,
Yo, you see my face?
But it goes both ways too, because then you got the dudes.
Yeah.
You got dudes that will appear to be womanizers
Right.
that are really insecure
Babies.
Yes.
and manipulate women so they can't handle that. Bringing another woman into the relationship
can tell me.
because
Oh my God, I've been
they
through
don't
that.
want anybody else.
Right.
but
Yeah,
it
they
goes
can't
even
for
talk to
us
you.
too. Because I've seen women, they're like, oh the Chinese man started talking to her. They're like 30-something. This is the first time a Chinese man tried to talk to you. So it's
Right.
on both sides of the realm of
Right.
it all. It's
No,
like,
yeah.
have you
Yeah.
been getting niggas?
Yeah, right,
Have
right.
you been getting bitches?
Right.
Especially
Are you
with
cultured?
social media.
You know, the hardest,
Yes.
it's the hardest
Bring
part
you
to
to
me.
a whole part, a different part.
Just like
Sex
being
life,
married, I
listen.
wanna try it out. But the hardest part to me is I don't know if I could really be comfortable seeing my nigga nut off another bitch. I'm like,
Get that out your mind.
That's
Take the
the hardest
emotion
part.
away and deal with the logic. It's a nut. So whether he wasn't dealing with you or not and he got his nut off, it's a
Good
nut.
shit.
It has no feeling. He loves you. You're his wife. And allow that girl to see how he loves you.
It's sexuality.
You have to think of
That's
it like
women
it's
having a
not that
problem
she's getting over on
watching
you.
porn. I'm like,
She has to go back home,
like-
sweetie. This is your house. This is your foundation. You set the tone. This is what it
It's
is.
the only thing that
sexuality.
hold
You
me
got to
back.
ask yourself this, right? If you can't be yourself with your partner,
Who you
Who
be
you
yourself
be
with.
see, but I can have fun.
Why
I
you
can
there?
pop the bitch off. I'm having fun. I'm
Right.
like, you know, it's
You just
always
have-
fun
it's-
when you're doing it.
Right, right.
And
So
then
it's
now-
the intimate of watching
You want to have
them.
control.
Yeah, I just yeah, I want
wanna
to have
have the
control.
control.
And I
Okay.
just want to. It's just weird to see, like, so, like, if it does happen, I'm like, just finish with me. You can have sex with her, but
Okay, I
finish
get
it
it.
with
Okay,
me.
okay. So you're saying like I think you. Well,
but
do
you
it.
can't.
I don't know that-
them
You
things
can
aren't-
stop
You
fucking
can't
her.
have the control,
I don't
and I'm
know
gonna tell you
about
why you can't have the control.
Okay.
Because what is your first and foremost? What's your reason for wanting to do it?
But babies. But other than that, I want to be the one to make you come.
No, I get why you're saying it. You're saying I want to be the one that gives you that climax.
Yeah.
I want that ecstasy to be off of
Right.
me and my vajayjay, my
Right,
shit. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But while doing it, it's not going to matter because he's having a climax period. Whether he's ejaculating off of you or off them, it's the whole entire situation.
Nah,
So you have
yeah.
to think.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead.
she's 100% right. But not only that, you have fantasies that you're gonna be fulfilling while you're doing this, right? Mm-hmm. You realize he has that too. Mm-hmm. If you make it all about you,
Right.
he's never fulfilling his fantasy.
Right.
Right.
And that's
when
not
you
fair.
get women that
Yeah.
wonder,
Right.
damn, this nigga still. I gave him some more pussy. How'd he go outside?
Yeah.
Right.
Because you didn't give
Because
me
you
what
didn't
I
give him
wanted.
control.
Right.
You-
Right.
It's the same
all
thing.
about
Imagine
you
him
during
telling
that time.
you, oh, nah,
Shit, we gotta get to that part.
you can't do this with her. You can't do that.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Can't do that. You be like, well, damn.
So
it
there's
wasn't what I
no
thought it was gonna be.
rules.
I
So
didn't
the
You
enjoy
can
rules-
it.
have
so
your
the
rules.
throw it off.
You can have your
I love it.
rules, but not those.
Be reasonable.
Like, be reasonable
Reasonable
within your
rules.
threesome.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, like, I
etiquette.
mean, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can't look at her, you can't touch her. No, then why is she here?
No, you want
Yeah.
passion. You
Some
want
women
it to be
like, no, I
fun.
only
You want
you
it
to
to be.
watch. Like, no.
Oh God, that's a waste of eyes, honey. We could just get on over here.
Right, come
Like,
on,
you
child.
wasted.
Right,
Yeah, that's-
get
yeah.
this money.
Right.
Yeah, no.
So before we like,
You said get this
end
money
it,
online.
yes, get that
this
money.
See how I hear that?
Yeah.
Mhm. Get the
It's
money.
like cash machine. Tick. Tell us about these businesses because you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We got
make
the
sure
books.
this, that
Yes.
you give them your ad
Ya,
after this.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's more missing, but I could. Those are the only ones that I
We
had.
have authors in the building.
One,
What
yes.
don't they do? And the first thing,
Thank you. I
what
appreciate that.
motivates you every day to do it?
What motivates me is from my upbringing. You know. Anyway, you already know.
Yeah, we
So-
from Far Rockaway, baby.
Right. So
yeah.
listen, I didn't live in just one project. I lived in several projects, and in one of the projects, he could attest to that. There was like the biggest drug dealer on the right, and on the left was the biggest a whorehouse.
Yeah.
You know, I could have either been a chick giving up the coochie, and I could have been a drug user. Instead, being young, I was a small time drug dealer, and I was actually and this is the first time I've ever said this. I was a madam. So I used whatever was around me and turned it to the other way, but I didn't like the way I was living.
Gotcha.
And by living that way, I just used my education to kind of get me to, get to where I need to get out of those situations. So when you think about that growing up, that in itself would make you want to do right, would make you have. So the environment will trigger you to say, this is not how I want to live. This is not what I want to do. This is not how I want to be. And that in itself will fuel you. And that's what it did for me. It fueled me with ambition.
I love that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Girl.
So let's talk about the different businesses that you have been doing. Like I have, I'm from Edgemere.
Okay.
So,
which I lived in there too.
yes, I'm
Mm-hmm.
born and raised in Edgemere. I went to college, but when I came back, when I was in college, I actually joined a ministry called Destiny Daughters Empowerment Ministry, right? And I always said like, Edgemere needs us, Far Rockaway in general.
Far Rockaway.
So we have about like 9 girls.
Okay.
And I also see that you have like an empowerment ministry, like, helping young girls too.
Yes.
Like, what is that like? Like just knowing that what you're doing is motivating women to want to do better.
You know what? It's cool. I think it's from that book there. That book, briefly, you already know I wrote while I was in federal prison.
Yes.
So that book in itself, when I'm talking to the girls, it's like almost like transcending what energies and what I went through, period. So to talk to them and actually be where they might want to be in life right now is gratifying, but to say the least, it's motivational. So it helps me, because I don't think I would be qualified if I didn't go through everything I went through.
Yeah.
I don't honestly believe that.
And you don't look like you even been touched by anything.
crazy.
It's like, like this is how you know God is amazing, because a lot of people who just tuned in, they didn't ever know that you've been in federal jail, any of this, so I think that's just so dope in general.
For the most part, they just said we sit down with a couple. They have
with a couple. Like, listen,
got struggles.
Y'all been through life, and that's why I said Let Us Up is a very judgmental, free zone. I mean, non-judgmental. Oh Lord, non-judgmental. Lord, hallelujah, Lord,
Girl, don't do that right.
Non-judgmental. So this is why we always say, like, it doesn't matter about where you came from, what happened with you. It's about where you're going in life.
That's right. And that's my point with the girls. It's not about what I went through. It's about where you're going. So that's it feels so good.
Sometimes I be feeling like I'm talking to my younger self, or like giving my younger self like that pep talk.
But that's
that
what
I
you're
didn't
supposed
have.
to do.
Yeah,
as a mentor, you give your younger self, which is those young girls, what you wish somebody would have told
you. Yeah, because a lot of times, like, even with guys growing up in, the projects and stuff, like, it's hard.
Yeah.
But for the females, it's just as hard. And, like, I work for NYU, and a lot of times when they even find out where you're from, like, they try to throw you in that little box.
Yes, they do.
And it's very hard to stay out of that box, but it's important to stay out of that box and be very transparent.
Yeah.
So that's why I definitely admire you.
Thank you
and
so much.
What you just do for the community in general, both of you, like, you don't see a lot of couples. You may see one person out of the couple, and you have that supportive wife.
Right.
But the wife is just as much in the field.
Right.
Doing greatness. So, like, that's why we just so happy that you're here.
He is more so about investing and changing the dollar in the community.
Yes.
So we're investing in us. That's not even my organization. I'm just a director on board. But he created that organization while he was actually... He created it while he was away.
Ultimately, why is it that I was looking at you guys' whole ordeal, is like, I appreciate it because people don't understand, like, the old hustlers, they didn't come back to they came back to the community. The new ones don't.
They don't.
So it's like, bruh, you got to understand, this person did not call the police on you because you were so-and-so daughter.
Right.
You were so-and-so son.
Right.
So it's like, why is it that you need to do that? And they did turkeys and all.
Or they knew you was hustling for your family.
But we do everything, like, we emulate everything as far as old hustlers, as far as that, what they do, the guns, all that stuff, the drugs, all that stuff, but we're not giving back to the community.
No.
You should. They didn't call the police on you.
Right.
You need to bring out the turkeys to every single door.
It's bigger than that, though. You got to understand. I always say, like, you asked her what motivates her. What motivates me? Two things. Exposure and responsibility. Exposure, meaning the world is big. There's so much opportunity. There's so much to experience. How could you just limit yourself?
Absolutely.
How? That's one. Responsibility. The community is our responsibility. How can you rely on a system that's designed to oppress us?
Yes.
To elevate us? It's not possible. I always say the weak is the strong's responsibility.
Yeah.
They're not who you prey on, they're your responsibility. So I have to be accountable for those where I'm from that can't do what I do or don't know what I know. So it's bigger. At this point, we got to know the streets is a myth. All of us that been in the streets, all of us that come from the hood, we have to know
It's over.
There's no such
It's
thing.
gonna end.
It's a grown street.
It's
That's how it's
ending.
going on.
Especially
You can't be a grown street nigga.
Yeah.
It's not. It don't
Or
exist.
just people in general who came straight out of jail. And you know, like, for like the younger generation that comes straight out of jail, they always got that one friend, I'm gonna set you out, you good, you know. But just doing, it's so much, I think, harder nowadays doing the good thing. And it's so much easier just going the
I disagree.
bad path.
In our time, it was like that. And I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because
Teach them.
information wasn't so readily available.
Yes.
So in our time, right, remember you used to have to go to the library to do a book report.
Right.
Remember?
Yes.
God, we ain't got to do that no more.
Information
Google.
is readily available.
Right.
I got a GED and 2 felonies. And I run businesses where people have to have degrees to work for me.
Yes.
So the thing is, I taught myself. I'm self-taught. Anything I wanted to know, I did the research.
Yeah.
I have a real estate investment company. I don't have a real estate license.
Right.
But you know what? I know real estate better than people that have a real estate license.
Yes.
Information is there at the click of your fingertips nowadays.
But you gotta be willing and
Willing
ready.
to read.
It's
So
scary
many-
about you.
I think they said there was 53 million new millionaires during COVID.
Yes.
Yes.
So many ways to make money
Yes.
nowadays. That wasn't in our time. That didn't exist.
Yeah.
And also, hold on. In our time, when we was growing up, right, we didn't even have those examples.
Right.
We grew up when Michael Jordan was still playing ball.
Yeah.
When when Shaq was still breaking backboards.
Right.
Jay-Z and Nas was still in the project. Jay-Z had a GS and Nas was still rapping on the project benches.
Yeah.
So we
He had
didn't
a
see
LS 300.
millionaires that look like
Were
us
Like us.
from our culture.
No birthing
These
yet.
kids have that.
Right.
They can
And
see
from
dudes that
different
look like them.
angles.
Yes,
Talking
on a
about
regular.
different investments and different moves.
that's-
And that's why I don't understand how they
Different ways.
still be fucking up. You know, like a lot of times too.
It's
Like,
systematic.
It's systematic.
It's system-
That's
It's
exactly what it is.
systematic.
Yep.
And ultimately, it's like, whatever it is, it's you, ultimately. I have people that is that they went to jail, they did this, flipped it all around. They came out, there is nothing illegal. They did that,
Right.
flipped it
They don't
to
have to.
the
Right.
legal aspect of
Yeah.
it. And
It's
I
up
have
to
those
you.
people that do the same exact thing. They ended up back in somebody's jail facility. But it's like, especially with what we got going on, it's so many avenues of
You
it.
gotta
It's
want.
like, yeah,
You
it's
gotta
like-
want. Listen,
Yeah,
when my son
it's-
told me let's go home, and I couldn't get off that goddamn visiting floor, I said when I come back, I'm not going. I'm not doing nothing illegal.
yeah.
So
It's
sometimes
so-
it's something
it's
that's
so
scary for
many
women. It's my
avenues.
son. I
Right.
can't afford to go back.
Right, and
Yeah.
there's so many avenues for us to do it. Let's
But I
do it.
sympathize
gotta
with the
follow
people that
through.
are coming out of jail. You know why? That's what made me start IIU, being in jail. Because when you in jail with dudes that been down, I seen dudes my age that been in jail since they was 18.
Right.
Right.
27 years, they don't understand a lot of this. And they don't know, and you got dudes that been in there for 5 years, that all they know is the streets. All they know is gang culture.
Yes.
And they would like to do something else, they just don't know how. And there's nobody that cares enough to teach them anything that actually knows anything.
Yeah.
Because they come from generations of people that don't know nothing.
Right.
Yes.
And
That's a fact.
these dudes would come to my, and we would give classes and talk. And dudes that wouldn't pull up to the classes, but to be ear hustling, would come late night, pull up, knock on my cell and start asking, yo, what's that you was talking about with this?
Like, why
You'd be
you didn't come?
surprised.
Right. Just come and
Dudes wanna
listen. Check
know.
it out. Right.
But
And-
they
and
also
then-
respected you because of who you were and your
Right.
intelligence and what you had going on at that moment too.
Right.
A lot of men are not receptive to.
But that's
listening to that.
That's
what it's about.
You
That's
can
back
be
to what
that
she
man in
said.
the mirror
Right.
for them. Like, okay, I
Right.
can
That
see
goes back to what
myself
she said.
being
As far
him.
as
Yeah.
The hustlers, you know why? Because I look like them. Because I
Right.
walk the same walk as them.
Right.
Because I may have some of the things they want and they desire that they're
That's
chasing after
right.
hustling.
Yeah.
They
If I can give you another alternative, if I can tell you, look, you don't got to do that to get that.
Right.
I got that.
Right.
You can do this. You can go this way.
Exact
And that's why I started it, because
There you go.
And
Yeah.
and what happens also, some of us just know how to navigate better than others.
Right.
systematically things aren't designed for us, and that's what the investment portion of IIU comes in, because the banking system is not designed for us to qualify for things.
Oh no!
So there are people like myself that will sit down with you and help you structure your business and invest in your business. We'll be your bank when the bank won't be your bank. So we have, again, this is our responsibility. The center of the black community is the church. You see the church everywhere. The center of the white community is the bank.
I live in a white neighborhood. It's time for you to get that money
maybe
up.
Maybe there's one or two churches, it's the bank everywhere. So
building the commitment is all building up within us. We have
they give it to you if they want to.
That's why it's called investing in us.
Like I said,
but if you live in a certain community, you're already
and that's why
out.
we go to communities. We've been in Far Rock. We've been in all of the Far Rockaway houses for youth and told them this is what it is. Come up with your plan. We've talked to the kids in Far Rockaway, and then we have shelters in Rockaway Beach, Rockaway.
Yeah, Rockaway.
We get those men and women together, and when they leave, they call us back and tell us that their life is different. We want the felons. We want the veterans. We want the people that fall on hard times. And we want the men and women that are on Social Security to tell them, listen, it don't stop here. This is just the beginning.
And you got to be able to flip it around. I know a whole bunch of people, but I know somebody that he was like a drug dealer and he flipped it around to the cake aspect of it. He know how the grams and stuff work, and he flipped it to that.
Right.
So you have to be able to open the broad horizon. Like,
absolutely.
You have that is no limit for us.
No.
And people be like, okay, it is. Yeah, we do. As soon as it is you're going to guess, this is the stopping.
Right.
But ultimately, if it is you do that work, you're going to be able to get into the door.
You turn them around. I remember when I tried to buy my first house for my family. And I wasn't even a felon yet. And I was having such a hard time. I got ripped off and everything.
Yeah. Got
now, fast forward the tape, I got 2 felonies, and I got almost $10 million in lines of credit that I bought properties with. Just give me money.
The funny
thing
is, the company wanted to come meet me and say, listen, I see how you're doing things. We want you to be our guy over here. And I'm like, damn. And it's like surreal because you're sitting there looking like, damn. They don't even know who you are. Like if they knew who I am,
they invest more.
They're looking at my portfolio, and that's all they care. How you use your money, they want you to use their money the same way.
And then black people even have problems selling their house. It was something I saw on the internet where they encouraged the people to take their family portraits down. Because if a white person walks into the house and they see that this house was owned by a black person, your value goes down.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Crazy.
That's redlining and
I've heard that a few times.
Those are different terms in real estate where they say that. But you know what? If we own our own banks, we can control the narrative and we won't have to worry about blockbusting, steering, and redlining.
Yes.
You know?
Right. We can actually
control the narrative of where
that's
the
what
money
people
is
don't
at.
understand. Like, we got the same shit it is it on the other side they have it. Get tapped in with the
and stop asking for discounts.
See, the problem is we as black people in the beginning was asking for equality. We
still fighting for that.
No. We don't want equality. We wanted our equity. That's what we should have been asking for.
Equity.
You stay over there. We stay over here. We don't want to migrate. No disrespect. But when it comes to, we can migrate on everything else. But when it comes to building and building our dollar, we control the dollar. Period.
Yeah,
we do. And the cool.
What's the Olympian Bolt? He runs. Yes. So basically, this is how he makes his money. He invests equity. So like for Nike and like, don't give me $2 million. Just let me get a little portion of equity. I'll do whatever commercials, anything. And I feel like that's very important for our black community to know. Like, listen, equity will get you way further.
Absolutely.
Than just a $2 million. You'll blow that shit way faster.
And that's why I always tell people, work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
Everything is, they pump the idea of hustle, grind us, and it's not that. It's not that. Wealthy people aren't grinding. They aren't hustling. They're controlling the board. They're setting up the plays that you got to work for. You see what I'm saying? So that you can grind. They are creating work for you. Right. That's how they become wealthy. Even when you talk about real estate and you talk about the property values, we can control the comps the same way. We can build up the neighborhood and control the comps, but instead we let them come in and gentrify it and box us out.
Right.
Because they wave a few dollars in our face and we fall
for it.
Yeah, we give away
generational wealth.
I hear that a lot. Even with within the industry, the music industry and stuff, like we're quick to grab the quick buck instead of trying to negotiate the long term, the long run. Like,
let me ask you guys a question, right?
money.
What's the
Dipset or locks? What y'all do?
Locks.
What you doing? Locks. So when it is that y'all?
I hope
in your
Cameron don't
household,
unfollow me, Kim. I'm sorry.
He about to
The locks.
unfollow-
He said
he
love
about to unfollow me too. So when y'all left your house, did y'all go to the concert?
No, we ain't got
Okay.
No.
But when you was in your house, it always been before it is?
I always said the locks.
Okay.
I'm the
catalog
streets.
is more extensive.
We're on the streets.
If you think about it, and then
Yes.
not only
No,
that,
Sweet potatoes.
it's yeah. They were groomed different. If you look at
Yeah.
culturally, they came from powerhouses.
They came
They were
from
groomed
Diddy.
right. They were groomed way different.
But you know, one thing with me and my king do, we also like we have our own battles. So like we did it. We was like, I think was it the locks? We was going. No, we didn't do the locks.
Nah,
did
it was
Nori and Beanie.
And Beanie. We was playing the song.
Because I'm a hip hop head. I don't know when the
Yeah.
song came out. Right,
Yeah.
I'm like, go
What you
ahead,
gonna play?
go. We go back and forth. With the locks and Dipset, we didn't do that.
Because you just knew what it was.
And listen, the catalog for Dipset is immaculate. They have a beautiful catalog.
Yeah.
But I thought
They
about
didn't go
all.
there. They didn't play the right records.
They didn't go
Right.
there.
But
to
before I
battle.
knew if they were going to play the right records, I already chose the locks because I already knew that you had a lyricist up there. I'm from the era of lyricism.
not hip hop.
Right. MCs. And I already
MCs.
knew that Jada was going to chew some shit. He was going to chew.
Now,
was going
how,
eat.
how tight they should
The
have.
camaraderie is
How
incredible.
tight they should have. So
And that's how we need to be.
Right.
Just how the
Flow,
locks.
yeah.
I mean,
just like
have
the
you
locks.
ever heard them ever have a disagreement?
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
But it's not for us to hear.
Right.
Y'all deal
But
with
the
that
point is, it
within.
never spilled out, and they've been in the,
The
game
team
since
sport.
1993.
That
It's
means egos
a
are in
team
check.
sport.
Right.
So now when
Yeah.
you get two groups on stage and one, the egos aren't in check,
Right.
it's going to be dismay.
And the
Right.
love is there. That's what we miss for black community.
Right.
The
The
love
brotherhood.
is there. Like, all right, cool, y'all over here, y'all doing whatever.
Right.
But for us, the love is there. We ain't gonna
Right.
tell y'all what's
Right.
going on.
Right.
It's
Right.
going
Right.
on.
There's
a lot of shit going on.
We ain't gonna tell
It
y'all
ain't
what's
like y'all
happening.
business
Yeah,
though.
it's not
Right.
my business to tell you what to do, right, brother?
Exactly.
We over here
So,
huddling.
Right now, this portion of the show is called the nightcap.
Okay.
Normally, we just give our little last comments on the conversation, but I want you guys to go ahead and promote what you guys got going on. We need y'all follow
Okay.
Your 9
information,
million
everything,
websites.
Okay.
because we
Right.
want everybody to see
You know I
this
do.
black couple thriving out here.
Yes.
I appreciate it. On Instagram, I'm Sunny Money Queens. Facebook, Sunshine Smith Williams. I just launched a online academy for minorities and, for everyone that want to learn cryptocurrencies, anything about how to start your own credit repair business. It's Wine and Wealth
Wine and Wealth, yes.
Academy.com. And that's pretty much it. You can find me on the gram. I'll be around.
Yeah, I see she doing cooking stuff.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to BET. Thank you for the check.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm H Warbuckz with a Z, and that's on Instagram. I'm only on Instagram. And as far as businesses I would like to promote, of course, IIU, which stands for Investing in Us, and we invest in minority entrepreneurs. We invest in education, and then of course, Creative Culture Club Music, and the rest of the businesses. Respectfully, I prefer to bring behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I always believe, let the brand be bigger than you.
Yes.
Because, for example, right, you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you don't know who the CEO of that is.
Right.
If you knew who he was, you might not want to go to the brand. So I prefer to be behind the scenes and promote.
And he's taught me that. I'll be like,
And let the brands grow.
no, just Google me, Sunshine Smith Williams. I'm around.
Yeah.
Right. These books that y'all see, these
Yes.
are Sunny's books here.
Yes.
Yes, I am. I've been on the train.
Yeah,
She almost had me quit my job, but I had to be smart about it. My husband was like, wait a minute.
Sonny,
Wait
what you doing? I'm about to
one
call and
minute.
text her now.
I'm like, I really read. I got all
Which
those-
chapter you up to?
I
Yes.
finished it.
Oh, you finished it.
But I go back every now and then
Right,
to be
with your
like,
highlighter.
listen.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm like, listen,
Sometimes
it's
I gotta
not
go
over
back
yet.
too. Hey,
Listen.
it is what it is, right?
Yes.
I said, when you finish, can I have it?
Well, she
Yeah.
got one for you.
Yeah.
Yes, I said, let's we got
Right,
one.
listen, on them the hard
Yeah.
days, and I'm like, yo, I get up
Some
every
of my
morning
favorite books.
Yeah.
to make
Yes.
this white man some money.
Yeah.
I could find a way to make my family some
That's
money.
right.
And,
I ain't say
still hold
quit
on
your
to that.
job,
Hold on to it now.
but make sure you make your passion work for a paycheck. There's nothing wrong with that.
And then my husband always promoted me. Everything that I start liking, he's like, you should do it. You should do it. I'm
Right.
like, man. I let
Just try it.
I let my
You never know.
timidness get a hold of me sometimes.
Yeah.
But, with the podcast,
Right. See?
right, we were all, like, I was trying to find something that I wanted to do. And he's like, you listen to him all the time. He was like, you got KK and Sophie right there. And I'm
Right.
like, you know what? You got
Got
damn
your
right.
girls that we could sip.
Damn
Money.
right.
Yes.
Money. This just it.
My shit gone.
And I'm like, this is my blood cousin. I
my
said,
shit gone.
yeah, whatever you doing, I said, I'm down with it.
Right.
So,
Right, my ride or die right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
lovely
like to
platform.
see black people, especially black couples, because contrary to what they say,
Right.
we gonna ride this shit to the end. Y'all gonna
Yep.
be married for 100
And now-
yes, I
Family.
can't wait to
I
see y'all
divorce that nigga
thrive.
every other month, y'all. Don't get it
That's
twisted.
married.
That's right.
Every week.
Over.
But black family.
You want some coffee?
Yes,
Right,
hungry.
right. I know what you like. I ain't fucking with you, but I know what you like.
You hungry?
But these black families are still here. They still thriving and
They
surviving.
exist, y'all, and they
Yes.
making the money to get into the bag.
Yes.
They staying humble as ever.
Yes.
And they reachable.
Yes, and they
I don't know
raising a
about the
beautiful
humble, 'cause
family.
these people over here, they be showing their ass.
No, listen, we unlinkable and humble. That's the
Yes.
crazy part. We fuck with
Unlinkable.
y'all. We love y'all. Let's be clear. We fuck with y'all. We like y'all.
You have to
Very
let people
unlinkable.
know that, yeah, we out here, but
But
this
we
is
not
what
out
is
here, out
right.
here.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just what it
I'm
is,
in these
okay?
streets, but I ain't in these streets.
Right.
Not
right.
you.
I'm in the streets for the kids. I'm in the streets for that gun violence. I'm in the street for helping
But not
my,
for the fuckery.
Nah,
not
you
the
can't.
BS.
I'm
Not the BS.
Nah, I'm
We gotta
unlinkable
start
for
holding
that.
each other to a standard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I know you two are very busy. That's why we like thank you for just taking the time
Girl,
out.
we
to
did some
interview
dinner
with Let Us
reservations
Sip.
after. We was smart. We knew what we was
So let's
doing.
go ahead and cheers to this money.
Yes, money.
Oh, you don't finish yours, huh?
Yeah,
She
I'm like,
always do that.
y'all gotta have a double shot for her.
Every episode, we be like,
right.
wait, just put up the cup. There's nothing in there.
Yes.
But we thank y'all for rocking with us.
Thank
Make sure
you.
you like, comment,
Thank
and
you, guys.
subscribe. This helps us out and helps you to get another episode next week.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see y'all next week on another episode of
Let Us Sip.
Thank you for listening to Let Us Sip. Please remember to subscribe wherever you get your podcast from. And if you like what you heard, leave us a comment. If you feel like we can do better, leave us a comment too. But be respectful. We read everything and only want to grow. So thanks again for your love and support, and we will see you next week.